Today's Wednesday. Alrighty, again, I already gave you the quick summary. We had the loaded balancing pulling on Monday. We had our rhythm for just get the body moving, pushing. So don't get me wrong, we pushed, but it wasn't like a major part. We had the weight displacement on the loaded squats, right? We could take a regular bar squat and mix all the weights up, right? We had the bigger start. We'll have a smaller start today, and we have that little fun finisher at the end. So let's get to work. Today, when we get to our pushing, again, I'm going to show you a couple more things because I want you to maximize the stability and balance of the push. We'll have the rhythm on the pull, and then we'll have a similar idea, a little different on the legs, but weight displacement on the legs, or weight progression on the legs, okay? Again, a little bit more simple on the warm-up today. We're going to do our regular squats for 10, our standing scissors, our wide squats for 10, our standing runners, right? We have a 6-set warm-up we'll do twice, right? Again, it should sound familiar. Regular squats where your feet are shoulder width apart, right toes pointed out just a tiny bit, and I want a lot of hips, I want a lot of booty, I want a lot of eyes and a lot of thighs. 10 regular squats. Posture, breathe, hips, all those wonderful things. Joint mobility, you want to loosen those things up. And of course, you want your muscles to lengthen and contract on your squats. 10 regular squats. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs. 10 standing scissors. Remember, I don't want little, right? We just got out of bed. I do want bigger, right? Lengthen those posterior muscles. Shorten and activate those anterior muscles, right? You got a little body in there. You get your spine mobility, hip mobility, right? You got some work on your standing scissors. Again, we've done all these. Wide squats is your flexibility squats. Your feet are wider. Your toes point out a little bit more. Why? Your tibia internally rotates on your femur, lower leg bone, internally rotates on your upper leg bone as you stand up. So the toes help with the torque that happens at the knee there, right? Okay? That's why. 10 wide squats is your flexibility squat. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs. Standing runners, elbows to knees, not knees to nose. And remember, there's a little more mobility on a runner than there is on a scissor, right? A little more rotation. So don't knee your nose, especially after 12 weeks of being online and doing these things. Narrow squats, your feet are just inside your hips. And of course, you want to think about more mobility. And when I say mobility, I'm referring to more motion with your joints, right? And still because of your muscles. But there's a little bit more mobility on a narrow squat than there is on a wide squat. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs. I hope that is just ingrained in your head. And you wake up in the middle of the night with a dream, hips, booty, eyes, thighs. And you got fun. Jack LaLanne's, right? Similar idea to that standing scissor. A little more flexibility, a little more rotation, right? What goes up is able to safely, consistently go back down. You gotta get up. You gotta get up. 10 on your standing scissors. Or sorry, Jack LaLanne, sorry. When you're ready, we have one more loop. Remember, I need you ready for today, hence this warm-up. 10 regular squats, ready, go. Hips, right? You should be able to move a little bit more on round 2, right? A little more motion on round 2, which would then turn on more muscles and loosen up those joints. 10 on the regular squats. 10 on your standing scissors. Big, big, bigger, right? I don't want little ones, I want big ones. 10 standing scissors. Shake it. Wide squats. Remember, same mechanics. You're gonna feel wide squats more around your hips, right? Those hips get lengthened a little bit more. You tend to get a little more hamstrings, a little more glutes on a wide squat. A little bit more, right? Your knees stay as wide as your feet. Your knees have the same angle as your toes on your wide squat. Standing runners, elbows to knees, motion, mobility, breathe, focus. Wednesday morning. Shake it off. You have those 10 narrow squats. Mobility, mobility, mobility. Come on, you guys. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs, right? Quads, hammies, glutes, core, posture, breathe. Keep the mind on, baby. Let's go get some today. After those narrow squats, you have one more set of your Jack LaLannes. Big. You want to lengthen and rotate, and you got to get tall and big. Get down, get dirty, get funky. You got to get tall and big. Jack LaLannes. As you finish up, make sure your space is ready. This workout, and you guys know me, right? So last week was a little less theme-based, right? This is very much theme-based. So the rhythm of today is very similar. We're gonna have a stability, balance, push. But I wanna give you some options because of where you're gonna be and getting up and down, right? So I'm gonna show you those in a second. When you get to your pull, this circuit is always biceps, and they're always gonna be 10. We're not doing it yet, but it's always biceps, always 10. You've got hammer curls, you've got hammer curl with a twist, you've got wides, right? Hold something, a band, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, but your biceps are always 10. When you get to your leg, it is always right leg in front of you, and it's always gonna be split squats. Well, you could do floor split squats, right? And it's not technically a pulsating lunge because there's more motion than that. Or you could do, and they're called Bulgarian split squats, but I'll also say bench split squats, right? We've done them, but not very much. It's always gonna be 15. Well, round 1 is gonna be no weight, round 2 we're gonna add weight, round 3 is right hand, round 4 is left hand, and round 5 is the heaviest possible. So, kind of the same idea, always 15 and always right leg, okay? And I'm giving you a lot. Your push. If you have a stability ball, you could do stability ball presses. Not many people do. If you have a bench, you could lay on the bench, but I want your legs in the air to engage more core. Okay, those are your choices on those. However, you also have your shoulder press. Okay, I want balance and stability. Okay, so if you have a ball, cool, lay on a ball. If you have a bench, if you're gonna be off the ground, you could be on that one, have your legs in the air. This is not a bench, so don't lay on the ground, right? That would be one. Now, you can still do it without the bench, but I want your legs in the air. Or you have your right side shoulder press, okay? And you'd work on your balance, okay? 30 down by 5, like the other day. I'm gonna start with stability ball presses. It doesn't mean you have to. You can start with your shoulder presses. You could lay on a bench, lay on a ball, lay on the ground, your legs are up in the air. I want you to be balanced, or in fact, I want you to be unbalanced. Here we go. 30 right side pushes, balancing, 10 on your biceps, and then we're gonna get back to that leg that I talked about. Ready, set, go. If you have the stability ball, right, your hips are high, you're squeezing your glutes, you can play with the width of your feet because you want to work in an unstable environment, right? So if you are stable, I need you to get your body in an unstable position. That's the idea of today. And we've done this before, right? Right side push. If you're laying on a bench, right, you're off the ground and you have your legs in the air, right, and you're doing the single-sided press, there's that stability factor, right? When you are unstable, your core is going to work more. And if you're standing on your shoulder press, you're actually thinking about more balance. You're still going to get core, but you're going to get the other muscles we got on Monday too. Okay? So when you think stability, you're thinking core activation. And of course, when you're thinking balance, you're thinking, yeah, there's core, but there's also the other things. I know I'm talking a lot. I know we did the opposite of this on Monday. After your 30 presses, you're on 10 biceps. And you can do any biceps. You can do open wide if you have the tools. You can do hammer with a twist. Or you could just do hammers. Always 10 biceps. It's a rhythm of today. It's not the focus, but they're definitely part of the equation on the biceps. You know we're going to get everything done. You know I have to talk about it, and then we're going to get after it. After your 10 biceps, right leg is in front of you, split squats. You could do them elevated bench split squats, or your foot can be on the ground. Right, Tom, you have a couch right there. You can use that too if you want to. Okay, the left foot is back on something. Brian's going to go on the ball that's really good, that's even more advanced. Round 1, no weight. 15. You got to stay tall. Ignore that back leg. That's the hard part. Don't use your left leg behind you. Use that right leg in front of you. We're going to do 5 sets of 15. Light. We're going to add weight. We're going to have a right hand round. We're going to have a left hand round. We're going to have a heavy round. Always 15. And remember, don't stop when I'm stopping because I'm not doing everything. You guys can join me at 9, noon, and 3 if you want to see how it feels. Sunshine's like, wah, wah, wah. When you get done, now, do I want me to go faster? No, but I know you're like, holy geez, this is going to be a long workout. Right side 25. You can mix it up if you want to. Stability, core, balancing, right side pushes. 25, then you have your 10 biceps, and then you're going to hold weights, but I want you balanced, quote unquote, on your right leg split squat. Mix them up as you wish. If you're standing on shoulder presses, you're going to mix up your legs. A little bit of right leg, a little bit of left leg. You are balancing on your push. If you're laying on a stability ball, play around with your feet with, right? I want you to get unstable, okay? And if you're laying on the bench or ground, I want your legs in the air, right? I want you to be unstable. Again, when you get unstable, your core will turn on more. When you're balancing, again, you're going to get core, but you're going to get those other balancing muscles like we did on Monday. Okay? Chilling. 25 push. You're going to have your 10 biceps. That's going to happen 5 times, so mix up your hands as you wish. 10 biceps. When you get done with your 25 right push. You got hammers. You got hammer curl with a twist. And you've got open wides. You can mix them up as you wish. We've got dumbbells. You got barbells. You got kettlebells. You got plates. Mix them up. You can even grab your sleeping child and do bicep curls with a sleeping child. Easier than an awake child. I've done it before. Let's go. When you get to your leg, it's either 2 light weights up or down, or 1 weight up. You are quote unquote balanced, even though you're not balanced, right? So it's either 2 weights up or down, or 1 weight up under chin. Right leg, 15 split squats. You're going to get 75 total right legs. Later on will be left legs. Numerically, it's similar to Monday. You just might feel it more today because it's a right leg circuit. And now remember, pushing technically is a shorter movement than pulling, so sometimes the pushing workouts will feel a little shorter. However, you have the always 10 bicep, and a split squat is more of a challenging position, so that might slow us down. Round 3, 20 on your right push, 10 on your bicep, and then we're going to do a right arm, right leg split squat. Okay? Here we go. 20 right push. And I'm just going to talk about it so you're reminded, right? You can ignore me and push mute. I want a right side stability or balance push. Right? Challenge the core, challenge your balance. You can mix it up between chest and shoulders today. And I want you to push right side 20. Or you can mix them up a little bit. I don't mind subtle changes. When you do these workouts, although we are doing chest or shoulders, it's not the most amazing chest or shoulder day. It's just the muscles you're going to use today. You got your biceps always 10 after your right side 20. Remember, everybody has different weights and different body positions. Okay? 10 biceps. You got hammers. You got hammer with a twist. You got open wides. It's only 10. Always 10. No rush on your 10. And of course, we're strength training, right? So you want to rest that arm a little bit, rest your hands a little bit. I forgot to mention about your shoulder blades, right? Think about your shoulder blades when you're doing your push. When you get to your leg, right arm is either up or down. You're going to get more core if the right arm is up. You're going to have to work harder to stay square when your right arm is down. So both are good for you. There's a little more core. You put the load up on your body, and there's a little more focus on staying square when the weight is down. You might lose a little motion when the weight is up. That can happen, right? You might feel like you get more motion when the weight is down, and that's because your core doesn't turn on quite as much. It allows more movement. So both are good. After your right leg 15, right? We're on our push again for 15. Then you have your 10 bicep. And then it's left arm, right leg split squat. Take your time. Don't stop doing what you're doing to catch up. Okay? You know I'm going to be here the whole time. Right side push 15. Mixing up your legs if you're going to stand and balance. Right? I don't want just right leg and I don't want just left leg. If you're laying on a stability wall, you can play with your feet with, right? Stability and core and balance. If you're laying on the bench or ground, I want your legs up in the air. And that way you don't have the foundation of your legs keeping you still. 15 right push. You're on your fourth set of 10 biceps, not your last set of 10 biceps, okay? Like Monday, we're going to have that transition round coming up, so there's no rush. In fact, I think we're hair fast, so we're going to take our time a little bit. You got the right arm push 15. You got your 10 biceps. And again, take a big, deep breath, right? Don't stop doing what you're doing to catch up. I'm going to loiter. When you get to that fourth leg, the weight is either up or down on your left arm. It is either up or down on your left arm. 15 right push, 10 biceps, and then the weight is either up or down on your left arm. When the weight is up, you're going to engage more core. When the weight is down, your body has to work harder to stay square. However, you might feel like you get more motion when the weight is down. 15 right split squats for the 4th time. Not the last time. We have one more round with all the combos. We'll have that transition round later on. No rush. No rush. We are strength training, right? And of course, if you have a lot of weights to choose from, you might feel like you're going slow. If you have not a lot of weights to choose from, pace is probably high. Round 5 is the last round of the combos. The 6th round transitions us to the next circuit. 10 right push, your last 10 biceps, your last right leg 15, and we're going to do the heaviest possible 15, but we need to be balanced. I promised minimal lunging this week. We lunged a lot last week. We warmed up with the movement lunges on Monday. I'm trying to think more squats with a weight distribution this week. 10 right push, your last 10 biceps, and then I want the heaviest possible but the balanced right leg 15. Your last right leg 15, but I want it to be the heaviest possible 15. And of course, breathe and focus. The weights can either be up or the weights can be down, but I want it to be the heaviest, but also safely balanced right leg 15. Remember, a good rep is 2.5 to 3 seconds. However, split squats is a little bit limited on the motion. So you almost have to like purposely slow it down a tiny bit versus a lunge. Right leg 15, I want it to be the heaviest, but also the balanced 15. Okay? I like it, guys. This is good pace. Pace doesn't mean we lift fast. Pace means we don't have a lot of rest. We're doing things right. We're getting it done. Last round of this, first round of the next, you've got your right 5 push and your 30 left push. When that is done, I'm going to talk to you about the different pulling. Okay? Different pulling. Right 5 push. Last right side. Then you'll do your first left 30, and then I'm going to talk to you about the pulling. Again, it is a little bit of chest. It'd probably be more shoulders if you chose shoulders, right? You're thinking shoulder blades. All I want you to think today is that you're pushing and you're working on your stability and or balance. Stability exercises engage more core. Balancing exercises is core and lots of other things. You need other things to balance. 30 on that left push. And remember, there is no rush, right? Same rhythm, same idea. When we balanced and pulled for 30, my expectations were high on how slow it needed to be. It's just a bigger motion. Pushing exercises are always a little bit shorter, unless you have significant weight, right? If you have heavy weights, if you were with me right now in the gym, you know you would be struggling a little more because I gave you the associated weights. When you pull, you can either lay on whatever you're laying on and do pullovers, that's an option. You can do rows. Now we did single arm rows the other day, so double rows, you would get more contraction. And if you want to do shoulders, you can do shoulder raises. I'll let you choose those, okay? So either pull overs or rows or shoulder raises, you are pulling always 10. After your 10, you're then going to do your light left leg 15. Now I'm going to dabble a little bit. I know we did balancing rows. Those are a little more mobility in the shoulder blade. You get a little more contraction on the double row. So don't be shy on the rows. You can do pull-overs. You're going to stay laying on something. Or you can do your shoulder raises. Left leg 15, no weight. You're light, balancing, turn it on, do it right round. Now remember, everybody has different choices on what they're pushing. So I'm going to slow this down this first round or two. I don't want people to feel like they're falling behind. Don't stop doing what you're doing to catch up. Remember, you're not using your right leg anymore, and you could think, oh cool, I'm stretching out my right hip. I don't mind if you think that a little bit, but I want your left leg loaded. Your right leg is obsolete. It's helpful if it's relaxed. Left leg split squat 15. Don't be surprised if you're like, gosh, why am I sore? Those are the balancing muscles that you use on Monday on the loaded rows. Your hamstring origin, your glute minimus and medius, the balancing glutes. Now remember, I want to slow it down a touch. Left push 25. Steady, stability, balance, slow on the left push 25. You then have the 10 pulling. Remember, we're done with biceps. You could do lats, traps, or shoulders. Mm-hmm. 25 left, stability, balancing, push. That focus nice and slow. Again, if you are at the gym, you know I would have given you weights that would have made you struggle, right? We've been talking about it for 12 weeks. The biggest difference of the duration of the workout is that I hand you the weights, you talk about it, you look at me funny because it's a lot of weight and a lot of numbers, and it slows you down. You guys are doing the same workouts we've been doing for years. You got your 10 pull, either lat pullovers or rows or shoulder raises, right? Abs tight, core tight. It's not the focus of today. Just like Monday and we pushed, it wasn't the focus. It was just part of the workout equation. You're gonna go a little heavier on your left leg. Either both hands have the weight up or down, or you have the one weight up under chin. Left leg split squats, both weights up or down, or one weight up under chin. You're supposed to be still kind of balanced, right? Balanced with your load is what we should say there. Your time, right? When the weight is up on your body, you're always going to engage more core, which means your body might tighten up and you might feel like you lose motion, okay? When the weight is down, you have to work on your balance more. It'll pull you down, still good for you. Alrighty, now we're chilling. If you're a little behind, you're fine, take your time. Don't stop doing what you're doing. 20 left push. You're working on your stability and or balance. You'll have your 10 on your pull, okay? And we're gonna have our left arm, left leg split squat when we get there. 20 left push. more. Don't stop with me, man. I'm not doing all the reps. $20 left push. Slow, loaded, balance, stability. 10 on your pole, okay? You can do shoulders, raises, right? Any angle. These are a little heavy for those. You got front raises, you got lateral raises, you got rear raises, you've got bent rows, you've got lat pullovers today. I did leave out upright rows because I need those on Friday. Unless I give you the workout I gave yesterday, which was hips and all of our 2 movement exercises. So I'm either going to give that next week or not. When you get to your left leg for the 3rd time, remember it was 20 on the push, it was 10 on the pull, left leg, left arm. The weight is either up or down. If it's up, you're going to get a little more core. Right? If it's down, your body works harder to stay square and balanced. So both are good for you. Left arm, left leg, 15 split squats for the 3rd time. Technically, it's less legs than Monday. However, you might feel them from all the balancing that you did on Monday. It just happens to be really focused on the right leg and the left leg. Keep the focus, right? It's Wednesday, you're working, middle of the week, you're ready for more. Round 4, you've got your 15 left push. If you're not there yet, that's okay. You'll have your 10 pull. You'll have your right arm, left leg split squat. Okay, so round 4, 15 stability, balancing pushes. Yes. Keep the focus, you guys. Keep the focus. Right? This is not meant to be huffy puppy. You might be sweating because of the intra-abdominal pressure, right? When you have pressure in your body, it either yields wetness of sweat or gas. Attic or basement, either way. Right? You're gonna breathe, you're gonna focus, you're gonna work, balance and stability. Right? It might cause you sweating and breathing a little bit. Because you gotta work due to pressure. 10 on your pulling, either lat pullovers, rows, shoulder raises. Round 4's left leg, right arm has the weight. Right arm, left leg, up or down with the weight. Wrong leg. Wrong leg. You will get a little more core when the weight is up. You might feel like you lose a little bit of motion because you're tight in the core, and it might limit the motion at the hips. When the weight is down, it's going to pull you down more. Your body has to work harder to stay square. So both hand positions are good. Hey, Speedy Larson. Jeez. Tom, you got replaced by Speedy Larson over there. Good Lord have mercy. Round 5 is your last round of combos. We do have the 5 push to finish off before we do our last circuit. 10 left push. Last 10 on your pulling. Last heaviest set of left leg. Left push 15. Last pulling back or shoulders, or back or shoulders. Lats, traps, or shoulders. On your pulling. Last of these today. You're going to have your heaviest but safely balanced set of your split squats. Steady. Now remember, when I always give people a hard time about going fast, it's based on a good rep. And a good rep is 2.5 to 3 seconds. So a 15 rep exercise is at least 45 seconds, and that's without any breaks. Last set of your heaviest but safely balanced left leg. When you get done, do your 5 left push. Clean up your space for your last circuit. Most of it is timed, not all of it is timed. You got your 5 left push. When you get there, clean up your space for your last circuit. We'll have 3 timed planks separated by obliques. Good morning. Good morning. Clean up your space after that 5 left push. Okay. Today on our planks, we're just going to do regular planks the whole time. Right? And by regular, you're on your elbows and toes. I always refer to planks as low planks. You technically, factually do turn on more core and an elbows, toes, low plank. However, that just means your body has to work harder to stay in that position, which is why people will get their lower back. So that's why high planks exist. Right? It's an easier position to stay in so you don't get lower back. That's the reason. So elbows and toes is low planks. We have 3 rounds of a minute separated by our obliques, and those you'll have a choice on, and those are 25 to 30 each side. You know I'm going to be here. We have 3 rounds. If you need to leave, just say goodbye. Time looks good though. 1 minute regular plank. Ready, set, go. Why am I not doing the other planks today? Because of all the balancing, the stability, and the single arm pulling and pushing between Monday and today. I don't want to trash those shoulders and elbows and wrists. So a regular plank would be safer on this type of day. You guys know me, I'm not safety. However, rotational planks and elevator planks, with all the other stuff we've done, they could irritate joints. So regular plank, you got elbows and toes. You can play with your feet width if you want to, right? You can go up on one toe if you want to. I just want us not moving. You can be in a high plank if you want to. That's hands and toes. You do turn on more core in a low plank position. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. See? We'll have 3 of those. That's easy. Your obliques. I'm going to do standing loaded obliques this time, but you can do any obliques between standing loaded. You can stay on the ground and do double lateral leg lifts. You can do hip dips. I'll do those the next round. Or you can do side crunches. But you have 25 to 30 reps each side. Do it slowly. I'm going to meet you back here in about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Ready? Go. 25 to 30 each side, right? Doing both sides is going to take at least 1.5 minutes, right? At least. So we'll probably start that next plank in about 2 minutes. 3 rounds, 3 1-minute planks. I am doing standing loaded obliques. You could be on the ground for double lateral leg lifts. Your legs are moving. You could be doing hip dips. Your body is moving. I'll do those next round. Or you could be laying on your back doing side crunches. 25 to 30 each side. Remember, I'm not doing all the reps with you. So take your time, because I'm not even going to start the next plank for another minute, minute and a half, okay? Standing low to obliques is probably the shortest motion. Side crunches is probably just as short, but you got to get up and down off the ground. Double lateral leg lifts would probably be the biggest motion and the hardest exercise. Hip dips would probably affect your planks, right? So there's lots of differences on these obliques. Time. I'll start that next plank in about 30-ish seconds, right? Everybody probably did a different oblique. Standing obliques, I didn't do all of them. I didn't do 25 to 30 each side, right? So you should still be finishing, getting going and finishing off. They'd be the shortest motion. Double lateral leg lifts would be the hardest and possibly the biggest motion. We have another plank coming up. When you get done, you can do the same obliques the whole circuit if you want to. We have 3 rounds of planks and obliques. If you ever need to leave, just say goodbye. All right. When you are ready, set 2 on your plank. Ready? Set. Go. Again, you can play with your feet width. You could go on one toe if you want to. You can mix it up as you need to. You can be super narrow at your elbows and toes. I wouldn't go super wide at your elbows, but you could play around with your feet width. But I don't want a lot of movement during your plank. I want your core engaged. These should be getting pretty easy after all the work you've done the last 12 weeks. Some of you for the last several years. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, relax. I'm going to do double lateral leg lifts. You can do anything else you want to do. 25 to 30 reps each side. Again, if you ever need to leave, just say goodbye. We have this round and one more round to go. You can do double lateral leg lifts. You can do hip dips. You can do side crunches. You can do standing obliques. Again, we've done these several times. 25 to 30 reps each side. We do have one more round to go if you have time. If you need to leave, just say goodbye. And of course, all of you have been doing this. I've skipped out on some of the education. Standing obliques. When the weight is in your left hand, you're working your right obliques. And of course, vice versa. When you're doing double lateral leg lifts, the up side is pulling your legs up. When you do hip dips, the down side is pushing your body up. When you do side crunches, you lay on your back. Your knees go to your right. You would be working your left side obliques. And of course, if you do the other side, it's the other side, right? All obliques are pulling except for the hip dips. Hip dips is the only pushing oblique exercise. Remember, I did not do 25 to 30 each side, so if you stop with me, you either went too fast or you didn't do enough reps. We do have one more round to go. If you need to leave, just have a wonderful day. I'll see you on Friday. If you have time for one more round, we have one more plank and one more oblique. Nice day today. Very similar rhythmically to Monday. And of course, I'm on tomorrow at noon if you want to do that. But I have a Friday morning. Again, I got a bunch of workouts in my head. When you're ready, take a big deep breath. It's your last plank and your last oblique. Ready, set, and go. Remember, we purposely did not do the other harder movement planks. That was for your joints. I wanted you to focus on your core. Okay? We formally didn't do abs today. We didn't do very many abs on Monday, but we worked on our core and our stability. We did some abs on Monday, but not as many as you're used to. Breathe through the center of your body. Take away your shoulders. Take away your elbows. Take away your toes and your hips. And put it right in the middle of your body. And breathe. Three, two, one, and relax. Last one, you can do any oblique. You can do hip dips, side crunches, or double lateral leg lifts, or standing obliques. Last one, 25 to 30 each side. Ready, set, go. Mix them up as you wish. Make sure you finish strong on these things. That was a nice little 3 minutes of core and 75 to 90 each side obliques. You got your 105 each side pushing, stability, balance, core exercises. You got your 100 pulling reps. You got your 75 each side split squats with load and weight distribution involved. And you have the nice easy 120 rep warm up. And it's not even 7 a.m., right? Oh my goodness. What a productive start to your day.